Welcome back to Mike Heath's Orbital Garbage Project. This is my podcast.
Nay.
Our podcast, all about one thing and one thing only. Collecting a piece of space trash by any means
necessary.
Can you feel that? That magic in the air? That sense of wonder that everything's going to be okay? That, what is it? I don't know. Is it the springtime crispness of the air? Is it the sun being out? Or is it the fact that we are closer to collecting a piece of space trash than we have ever been? I am excited. We're going to get into it, folks. We're going to talk spacesuit idea, more international growth. We're going to have a little idea, or imagination station, sorry. We're going to talk comedy updates, got some tidbits, memory lane, and upcoming shows. So without further ado, let's dig in. Let's talk a spacesuit, folks. I'm thinking, so right now, if you're not listening on the YouTube or watching the video over on the Patreon, you should know right now I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt, a blue Hawaiian shirt, and I've got a blue undershirt. This is all to say, this is the color, the general blue that I think if we got a spacesuit that I wore every podcast, and maybe we even get a guest spacesuit, which could be hard because you hear my dog just freaking out right now. Because we often don't have guests on the show, but gosh, we really want one, don't we? I do believe the very next episode of He will include a guest. I don't know who it is, but I'm just getting... Guys, I'll be honest with you, I'm getting a little burnt out by just doing these episodes on my own. But I think even if I am just stuck forever doing episodes talking about our journey of space trash collection by myself, if I had a cool outfit, a costume of sorts, you know, a lot of people with shows like talk show hosts, they won't wear maybe the same exact thing, but they'll wear a suit. You know, you think about Steve Jobs, a very productive human, whether you like him or not, he got a lot done. And one of his things was he wore the same outfit every day, so he didn't have to make that decision. He didn't have to make that choice. So I thought what would make podcasting easier is if I always wore the same thing, because I'm always wondering, am I going to wear a hat? No hat. If I'm going to wear, what kind of shirt am I going to wear? A basketball jersey? Am I going to wear a Hawaiian shirt? Am I going to wear... What am I going to wear? So I'm thinking if we just got a spacesuit, I think it would be so awesome to have a helmet, a space helmet. But because I think this would make our reels, you know, on social media, which I believe people can find. Maybe you found P through a social media short, you know, on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok or something. And that's how you got in here. So to keep that happening more and more, how do we make those more compelling? You know, it's like you see it and you get a quick image. So I think, yes, sorry for clapping in the microphone right there. I'm just so excited about this idea of a spacesuit. So I'm thinking it's a blue, and we're going to get an P patch right here, and then Chief Space Trash Officer. So CSTO, or CTO, Chief Trash Officer, something like that. I don't know. We can come up with names for that. We'll talk about that later. I don't know. But yes, I think that's maybe what really got me going on this was I was at a comedy show last night, and there was somebody in the front row who had this bright yellow, it was like just like a dress jacket, not like an actual dress, but like a dressy up jacket, but it also looked like a spacesuit. And I thought that would be a fun alternative. If we didn't want to go full on suit, we just get like a jacket, but it looks like a spacesuit, but it kind of has like some nicer material to it. And maybe that's what the magic in the air is just picturing. All right, my dog is freaking out again. Buddy. All right. Okay. My dog is My dog's an emotional dog, okay? He's an emotional being, so just let him be, okay? That's what I'm letting him be. Yes, so write in, drop a comment. What do you think about the spacesuit? Should it be this blue? Should we go NASA blue? Should we do our own flavor of blue? I also thought purple would be kind of fun. Purple is my favorite color. Orange, a purple and orange one. Kind of sounds fun. Maybe it's a little bit too Halloween-y though. I don't know. Orange, it's got to be orange, purple, or blue though, I think. Unless you guys disagree. So let me know. And I think that would really help our social media shorts, which could gain more listeners, which get us further along our journey of space trash collection. So I think we got to do it. I don't know when we should do it. We got to come up with, I don't want to just buy some like cheap Halloween costume. I want it to be, sturdy. It's got to have good, nice material. It's got to be comfortable. I want something also with like, I sweat a lot in my pits. I got sweaty pits. So something that I could unzip the pits, I think would also be good. So you got to, I don't know. It's got to be nice. Because we want to grow the pod, not just for social media clout. We don't care about that. You know that all we care about is collecting a piece of space trash, and we think that could help us. So here's my idea. We do that, and I'd say we got to get a by the July 1st. By July 1st, we will have a spacesuit for the podcast. That gives us, so we're like the middle of April right now, May, June, 2.5 months to get the spacesuit. Count it down, folks. We're gonna do it. And boy, we have been doing it up. Just since this last week, we've already gained 2 new countries, listeners from 2 new countries. No new states, but we have gained 2 new countries, and they are exciting countries. But instead of just telling you, I thought what would be fun is if we played a little bit of their national anthem, just a little clip, just to kind of build the anticipation so you can guess which country it is. Can you guys hear that? Oh yeah, you can hear that. Now, maybe you've already guessed it, maybe you don't know yet. I'll give you a hint. It's a country in South America. And it starts with a letter in the second half? Oh, here we're really cooking now. Second half of the alphabet. It is 3, 2, 1. Final guess. Drop in the comments. Uruguay. Not Uruguay. Uruguay. Specifically in Departamento. I'm going to take these headphones off. Departamento de, this listener is from Departamento de Montevideo. La ciudad de Montevideo es también la capital del país. My Spanish is rough right now, dude. Okay, yeah, so it's the capital of Uruguay. Uruguay. You're a what? No, this is good. No, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. It's such a gift to have you here. Thank you for being a listener. It's nice to know that you're in the capital city, so you've got some influence. How many people live there? Let's see. Oh, 38% of the population of all of Uruguay lives in Departamento de Montevideo. Gosh, I'm sure I'm butchering that right now. I'm so sorry about that. Cheers. You got 1.2 people, gente, 1.2 million people that live there. Dude, that is incredible influence for the Space Trash Force. So thank you. Again, I've been saying this. So we're going to Portugal, which is Portuguese, different than Spanish. I know that. I'm just saying we got to get that translated over the next month. We have a month. We actually got a lot of to-do list. Number one, we got to translate the guerrilla marketing poster, which you can download at MikeHeathComedy.com or in the show notes here, wherever you're watching this, you can download it from there. We got to translate that to Spanish over the in the next month before the trip. And then I think while I'm doing that, I might as well translate it to Spanish because we got a lot of Spanish-speaking listeners. So we get the Portuguese, we get the Spanish in Espanol, and then we got 2.5 months to get the spacesuit. That's our top 3 right now. What we got to do to grow the mission, those things. All right. That was the first country we added. Thank you. Muchas gracias para listening to the podcast. Here is country number 2 that we've added over the last week. Here is this country's anthem. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to guess which one it is. Nice drum roll to start. Different energy. Have you guessed so far? I'll give you the continent where it's at. This country is in the continent of Africa. You got it yet? I'll give you one more hint. It's in the Southern Hemisphere. I actually don't know if all of Africa is in the Southern Hemisphere, but this country is definitely in the Southern Hemisphere. Oh, that's beautiful. I love your anthem. This is the first time I'm listening to it. All right, we're gonna reveal it in 3, 2 seconds. Drop your guesses in the comments. You go 3, 2. Our new listener is from the great country of South Africa. Woo! Yeah! Oh, it's so good to have you here. Let me get these headphones off again. Okay, so we don't know what city in South Africa you are in. So you're going to have to let us know. You have to drop a comment, maybe email us at Mike Heath Comedy. We want to know where out in South Africa, because I always like to know kind of your general kind of sphere of influence, that could help us with the Space Trash Force. But instead of that, I thought, let's think of, now, if you know of any of these. So these are the top 10 living celebrities who live in the country of South Africa. Now, this is AI-generated list. I'm sorry that I used AI to generate this list. There just wasn't a good list that some human had put together. It was like, that they had human-made lists that were like 10 hottest African actors. And I'm like, well, that's not what we're looking for. Okay, we don't care what you look like. We want to know what kind of influence you have. And then there was like top 10, influencers, which is great, but we're looking for, maybe that's like just like social media, which we need. And I think some of these people on here on this list are in that as well. But these are just the top 10 biggest celebrities living in South Africa. If you, listener from South Africa, if you know one of them, number one, that's amazing. That's so cool that you know them. Let's try to get them on the space. And if you are the listener and you are one of these 10 people, my mind will be blown. I mean, because we have so little listeners compared to the 8 billion people that live on Earth. If you're one of these 10 people, I'm gonna do a cartwheel down Pike Place Market in Seattle. I'll do it for 15, 20 feet. I'll do cartwheels and I'll post it on Instagram. Just say, thank you for listening. It's a weird thank you, but I'll do it. Okay, here are the top 10 celebrities in South Africa. Casper Nyovest, an award-winning rapper and entrepreneur. Casper, is it you? Do you know Casper? Number 2, Bonang. I'm for sure I'm pronouncing that right, and I'm so sorry, but this is fun. Bonang Matheba, a media personality, producer, and businesswoman. I do respect you. You were, the future is female. So thank you for what you do in the world. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm assuming it's good. I hope it's good. I don't know if these people are, if they're popular for good or for bad, but I'm assuming good. Okay. Number 3, Minnie Delamini, an actress, model, and TV presenter. Oh, now I don't have any current plans to go to South Africa, but if there was a certain Minnie Delamini on TV that was like, we need you to fly you over here to talk about your orbital garbage project, sign me up, Minnie. I'm ready to go. Number 4. They don't get easier, folks. Lassawi Dambuza. Lassawi Dambuza. I think I'm just silly right now, so I'm sorry about that. I'm not laughing at your name. I'm laughing at my inability to pronounce your name correctly. Television personality and social media star. Double whammy. Social media star. Let's Google them right now, actually. Let's see. Let's just do okay. 2 million followers on Instagram. La Sweezy. What is up? I see a picture here of you on a private jet. So, or at least very first class. So that's nice. And if this isn't private jet flying, a lot of pictures of you on a private jet, you've got influence. So if you know them or you are them, hit us up. Number 5, and I'm losing steam here. Mapo Inye, a model, actor, entrepreneur. We need some investors. Yeah, we need that investor money. You can invest in us. There's multiple things you can invest in. I think 10 years from now, I totally see us making a major motion picture if we as a society are still doing that. So you can be on the ground floor of that, get you a couple points on that, at least 2. Number 2, our book, Colleen Goes to Space, which we've talked about at length, at nauseum. Number 3 would be just this podcast. I don't know. Number 1 would be the space suit, which we got to get. So you could help out with that. All right. Okay. Let's just do one more. I'm only going to do 6 because I'm feeling like it. All right. So our last one will be, this is good. A sports journalist and broadcaster, Robert Marawa. Let's look up Robert real quick. Robert, you're doing a lot of good stuff. Let's see. Let's check out your Instagram real quick. Looks like you cover a lot of soccer. It's looking like, I think, Robert, are you coming to America to do some sports journalizing about the World Cup? Because I live in Seattle, which is a home, one of the homes in America for the World Cup. We're a World Cup city. So, hey, while you're here, if you are my South African listener, who I don't know who it is, or if my South African listener knows Robert, let's do a little connection, a little meet and greet, maybe a little collaboration. You've obviously, got 323,000 followers on Instagram. I've got less than 2, but hey, I got 2. So we can add, you add that to yours. That's 325. That's a clean 325. Holla at your boy when you're in town. Let's do some journalizing. We could do some sport-related thing with space trash, kind of like a crossover, an intersection of those two interests. But thank you to our 2 new listeners from the countries of Uruguay and South Africa. It is lovely, absolutely lovely, a true honor to have you here. I am so grateful for you. All aboard! Now departing for Idea Station, formerly known as Imagination Station, but this is the Idea Station. Buckle up. We're about to roll. Okay, so and speaking of guests on the podcast, I think this is what would help us. So I posted on Reddit, and I asked this was some Reddit page about space. So I said, hey, I'm looking for someone who has been hit by space trash to be interviewed on my podcast. Let's connect if that's you or you know someone. Okay, and then Waker of Winds 2003 says, quote, hey, can anyone help me find evidence to confirm my pre-existing assumptions? This energy that you have, I know that space trash is real. It's orbiting Earth, and I've heard that some has fallen down, so I'm just saying, I'm looking for someone. This energy that you're giving me, so unhelpful. Okay, but Philip said, and Philip, here's what Philip said. No one's ever been hit. One house, stuff from the International Space Station, one cow, a failed rocket launch. Other stuff that's hit land. Russian toxic satellite in Canada. Now, how is a satellite toxic? It's just like really offensive or got into a lot of conflict with other satellites. It hit into them. Maybe that's how it's toxic. A dragon trunk in Australia. We're not talking mystical creatures here, buddy. We're talking space trash. And a Chinese long march stage in Africa, I believe. Maybe South Africa. I don't know. So he's saying no one's ever been hit. But that's what Philip says. But then Olympus Mons 94 said in 1997, a woman in Tulsa, Oklahoma was hit but unharmed by a fiberglass fragment of a Delta II upper stage launched the year before. Fortunately, the bigger pieces, like the main tank, didn't hit anyone. More just details about that. But who is this woman in Tulsa in 1997? Are they still alive? There's a picture of them they shared. Let's see. Do we know who the woman in Tulsa was who got hit by the piece of space trash? Now, unfortunately, I don't see. Okay. Let's put a pin in that. We'll come back. We got more comments. We got Rain on a Tin Roof says, Rain on a tin roof. Rain on a Tin Roof says, yep, I think 2 people in the whole history of the planet have been hit by natural meteorites, but nobody by space trash. Okay. Honest Cynic says, I'm sure you will get many who claim they were. Recall Ghostbusters 2, where Bill Murray interviews the squeaky lady who had a blank, let's just say a liaison with an alien at the Holiday Inn. Okay. Unhelpful. Okay, but the Holy Mistletoe says, you'll have some pretty poor luck. Only about 2 people have been confirmed hit in history. Who are those 2 people? Okay, let's just Google real quick. Woman in Tulsa hit by space trash. If you know, email me at MikeHeathComedy. Okay, so this is... Okay, now we're cooking. This is from... Nautilus.us, the first person to get hit by space junk on this day, which was January 22nd of 1997, a woman named Lottie Williams was working out in a park near Tulsa, Oklahoma, when she glimpsed a huge ball of fire in the sky. A couple minutes later, something hit her on her shoulder and bounced onto the grass. The 5-inch long object weighed around as much as an empty soda can. Williams wasn't injured by this mysterious item, which she later learned came from a space rocket, making her the first person known to be hit by human-made space debris. The odds of such an incident are less than 1 in a trillion. Wow. Okay. January 2nd, 1997. Lottie. Lottie, how do we get a hold of you? Does anybody... Now, I know I don't have an audio listener in Oklahoma. Oh, man, I would love to get to interview Lottie. Let's check out Lottie's Wikipedia page. Well, she doesn't have her own one, so never mind. Oh, how do we get a hold of Lottie? Okay, let's add that to our to-do list. So number 1, translate the poster to Portuguese. Number 2, into Spanish and Espanol. Number 3, get the spacesuit next 2.5 months. And let's make that a summer goal, is to get in contact with Lottie and invite her to be a guest on Mike Heath's Orbital Garbage Project. I think that would do absolute numbers on social media. Don't you guys think? Okay, so in terms of other guests, we would like any space expert, I think would be great to get on here. Anybody with alien encounters. Now that's it's adjacent to what we're really doing here with space trash, but I mean, I think they would have fun stories. I mean, I think alien people are some of the most interesting people on Earth. So if you're a listener to this podcast, you know anybody who knows Lottie, a space expert, alien encounters, email me at mikehheathcomedy@gmail.com or drop a comment or something. Maybe help me find it. Emails for sure. I'm gonna see it that way. Okay, some other ideas we have. Windshield flyers. Okay, so I was out to dinner with my wife earlier this week, and I saw this guy get out of his car, run up to this other car, slip a flyer underneath someone's windshield wiper, and then jet off. And I thought he was like some rogue parking attendant handing out like citizen parking tickets. But I went over there, I looked at it, and it was something about like some deal, like you got the perfect car, we want to take pictures of your car for like this tire thing we're doing. Anyways, that doesn't matter. But it got me thinking, I do posters, but what if we had posters in windshield flyers? Could even be the same guerrilla marketing poster. Instead of just hanging up on like a pole, we put it in a windshield. But then my wife was like, I think that's illegal. And I thought I don't know. So let's look it up right now. Okay, because I'm just now remembering this. Is it illegal to put a flyer on someone's car? Okay, so many cities prevent this because it can cause littering. What about in Seattle, Washington? Placing flyers on cars in Seattle can be considered illegal littering or trespassing depending on the location, often resulting in fines. That's not good. While not always criminally prosecuted, it is prohibited on private property without permission, like shopping centers. So this guy, I caught him doing illegal activity. And where is there anywhere you can do it? It doesn't look like it. Oh, that is such a bummer. Okay, what city? Now, maybe we could find out this. Is there any city in America where it's legal to put flyers on car windows? Let's see what we find out with this. Okay, it's just looking like most people are not about it. Oh, that is such a bummer. They vary by location. Well, what about, let's see, what about in Florida? I think Florida, we don't have any listeners that I know of in Florida. It's generally illegal to put them on Florida. Oh, man. How about Texas? Texas, we do have Texas listeners. Remember Bull Verde? Oh, even in Texas, dude, this country ain't what it used to be. I tell you what, when you could just freely market and just invade people's property and personal space for your own benefit. Well, we won't be doing windshield flyers, I guess. But if you know of a city in America, I'll mail you flyers that you can put on, if it's legal to put flyers on a window. I would love to do that. Man, that would just be so good. I'd love to do that. Let's see what else here. Comedy's been going well. I've been writing some new jokes that have been going well. Like this last week, okay, I want to clarify. Last week I talked about I was talking about going to perform at Clint's Comedy Club, and in that story, I was also talking about my experience trying to get a guest spot somewhere else. I just want to say, I wasn't taught that guest spot story was completely independent of Clint's Comedy Club. I had people messaging me about that, and it's not Clint's Comedy Club. That was a great experience. I loved it. Can't wait to go back there one day. The guest spot was a total different place, completely unrelated. Okay. Last night I did a show at Laughs Comedy Club, and boy, speaking of magic in the air, there was some magic in the air in that room. Now, it was not a very large crowd. It was on the smaller side. I think generally it might have been the ratio of comedians and audience members. There might have been a few more comedians on that show. If not, it might have been 1-to-1. It was pretty close. There probably was a little bit more audience members. It was close to a 1-to-1 ratio. All I'm trying to say. But they were a great crowd. They were just there for laughing. It was like, we came here to a comedy club, which you think would always be the case. It is not always. And like I talked about that lady in the front row who had that space jacket, her and her other woman sitting next to them, other person sitting next to them. I don't know. I didn't talk to them, but they were great laughers and they were so fun. And it was just like from the front to 2 rows back, which is how big the crowd was. They were just loving it, dude. It was so hot. And let me just play a clip from that show right here for you.
It's like, imagine you invited your best friend to come hang out at your place. He's like, yeah, dude, I'm down. As long as I can sit in your wife's lap. And lick her ears.
Don't you just get a sense? You can feel the magic in the air that night. Oh, it was so fun. Yeah, I love doing that. I was with my friends with Mockingbird Comedy. They produce a lot of shows here in the Seattle area. I get to do some of their shows, and I had such a fun time. It was Battle of the Ages, so we had I think it was like 3 or 4 comics from the Boomer generation, Gen X, Millennial, and Gen Z. I'm a millennial, so I was with the millennial team, and just such a fun show. Had so much fun. I went to this new open mic here in Seattle on Mondays. This last Monday I went there. It's called Twatties. It's at this bar in Capitol Hill called St. John's. And it is how do I say this? Predominantly queer open mic. I think I was one of 2 heterosexual men in that space. Probably 60-ish people there. I don't know. I'm terrible at guessing, but there was a lot of people in this bar. And I feel like I know how you feel now. If you're a queer person and you're in what seems like a very heterosexual environment, I felt very uncomfortable. Not because of anything anyone did. It was just like, oh, I'm not normally in this space. Which was like good. That's why I wanted to go do comedy there. And it was so much fun. And I'll play. I don't have like video of this, but just to get you a sense of like how uncomfortable I was here and how fun they were. Here's a little clip.
They say a happy wife, regular bowel movement wife. I wasn't sure if that phrase was straight culture, but it does translate, and maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I'm figuring it out. My wife and I, we do fight a lot. Never in front of the kids, though, because we don't have them. Yeah, Seattle always loves that. Makes my mom really sad. We were recently fighting about the dog sleeping in our bed, which we do. We let our dog sleep in our bed, which I don't know if that's like a white person thing. I don't know. I've only ever been white, so. Woo for the dogs. Okay. Not for the heterosexual marriage, but absolutely not for the marriage, but definitely for the dogs, yeah.
That picture there, if you're watching on YouTube and you saw that picture is from my friend Jody Bolt. They were taking pictures at that show. They do great photography, so if you ever need a photographer for your event, hit up Jody. If they're available, I'm sure they would love to take pictures. I don't know how much they do that. I always see them out taking pictures. So that's fun. Whether just stuff in life, like some tidbits I can talk to you guys about. I'm trying to get this, I want to get this episode up to 50 or 40, 45 minutes. So if you're over it, I'm just going to talk about life a little bit just to hit that number. I'm trying to build up to an hour solo podcast, and it's hard to do. I mean, I am sweaty right now. Okay, we got some fun life stories. Just some tidbits from my life. I was going on this run recently here in Seattle around this neighborhood called Green Lake, which if you don't know or haven't been here before, it's just like this big man-made, I think, lake in the middle of North Seattle. It's like 3 miles around, and I was going for a run around there. Now, I wasn't doing the whole loop because I didn't have time for it, even though I planned to do that, but I'm horrible at time management recently, so I didn't have time. Anyways, I'm running here, and I'm running up, and I see this person. We lock eyes, and I see they have a tall boy in their hand, and they're smiling. I'm like, oh, fun. I'm making a human connection, and I'm running up to them, and I'm about 3 feet away from passing them. They raise their arm with their tall boy, and they they throw probably like the last quarter of their tall boy on me and just like drench me in their beverage of choice. And I stopped. I'm like, what is this? And they yell out, Four Loko. And I said, no, I'm anti-crazy. Okay, that's just a silly little joke, but that is what happened, really. I was just so flabbergasted, and I'll be honest, I'll confess to you guys right now, I said some things that I wish I had not said before the Lord, but He has forgiven me because of the blood of Jesus, so I'm good. But and then I was like, kind of like yelling at this person. We were kind of going back and forth, and I'm like, oh, they are out of their minds right now. Like, they're like blasted drunk or on some sort of drug of choice. So I was like, I don't know if they have a weapon. So I just ran away. That's what I do. I just run away. And they never followed me again, but that was crazy. I was just like, what? I mean, in one sense, you hope that they are tweaking out, right? That it's not just some person of right mind who's just like, I'm going to commit this random act of violence. You hope. Now, you don't hope that someone is going through that, right? Obviously, I don't do that. But in my mind, I was kind of like, it was weird. I found myself like wanting that person to have something that they're struggling with. Because I was like, if you're just a completely sober person, I cannot imagine just doing that to somebody like out of the blue, right? But yeah, let's keep that person in our minds, in our prayers. Also, on that same run, about like 3 minutes later, it was slightly drizzling here in Seattle, which is a common occurrence. And I was running past this person who had a rain jacket, and on their phone, they had a 1 foot umbrella for just their phone. And I really lost confidence in humanity at that point. I was like, this is not good, dude. Other tidbits I've just been thinking about in life. Dude, Yellowstone National Park TikTok, cut it out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, good. I'm glad you're not perpetually on the internet as I apparently am. Okay, what else? Dude, I'm losing my ability to wink. I've noticed that. Like, look at that. Like, that's a horrible wink. I used to be able to wink so good. I was a master winker. I could wink at anybody, and I would do it way too much. It was actually a problem. So I just completely cut it out of my life. And now I've got a weak winker, and I'm so sad about it. So I'm trying to rebuild my winking muscles. So you can join me in that this summer. This is the summer of the wink. And I invite you to join in this journey with me. We're going to grow our winkers, and I look forward to doing that with you. Okay, what else? Oh, dude, I'm loving these tidbits. I might have like the most fun here. So if you're stuck around and you really got some gold, I'm getting jazzed up. Dude, the magic in the air tonight. There must be something in it. Me and my wife, we were watching some like TV show, and then we like turned it off, but we were just like chit-chatting on the couch, and we have a Roku TV. So if you have one of those, like it kind of goes into its like sleep mode, and it does this like Roku screen. And this freaked me out. Okay, so the Roku City is like scrolling by, and it gives like a weather report, and it says Seattle weather. And I'm like, how does my TV know where it's at? I don't need my TV to be that smart, okay? Don't be doing that. Don't be knowing where you're at, okay, TV? I want you to just know what TV show I want you to pull up. That's as smart as I want you to be. And I'm telling that to my wife. And the next time that part of the city scrolled by, it just said weather. It didn't say Seattle. And I'm like, dude, did it just hear me complain and then auto adjust? I'm getting freaked out about how smart my TV is. If you work for Roku TV, enough with it, okay? Enough. I've had enough. Cut it out. Okay. All right. This is good. I was going to do more stuff. We'll cut to memory lane. We'll move that to next week. What's coming up here? Because I think we hit 50 or 40 minutes, so we're cooking. Coming up, we're going to Europe. We're going to Portugal. We're going to get the Portuguese guerrilla marketing posters and Dublin. So goal is, I've already done comedy in Dublin. So and I don't think we're going to be there I don't think it's going to work out to do a show there. But what I'm going to say is, there is a comedy club in Lisbon, Portugal, where we will be, I think like late May, and they have an English comedy night. Now, I'm not going to be there for the English comedy night, but if somehow this gets out into the world and you're listening to this and you know of another English comedy night in Portugal, let's connect. MyKeithComedy@gmail.com. I'd love to do a show there in English. I do want to go to the comedy club in Lisbon and just go watch a Portuguese comedy show. I think that would be such a fun. I've never done like that. Like that. This sounds like awesome. Just to go see the club, like what it's like, and get to experience that culture. I cannot wait. I will report back. I'm sure like the first podcast in June or early on June, we'll talk about that more. Upcoming shows I've got tomorrow night, or this is going to come out. So tonight, Saturday, April 18th at 8 p.m., I will be on the Don't Tell Comedy Show in the Columbia City neighborhood of Seattle. So I hope to see you there. Get tickets at Don't Tell Comedy Seattle. Just Google that. You'll find it. Then Monday, 4/20, I'm doing the All Pro Comedy Show at the Old Stove in the Ship Canal there. Check that out at 7 p.m. That Saturday, April 25th, 8 p.m. at the Old Stove Gardens, I believe. We're doing, it's called A Night of Laughter and Whimsy, a romantasy comedy celebration. I think it's, the theme of the show is jokes about books. And let me tell you, folks, I don't have them right now. So that's on the to-do list for this week. I might try to write some jokes and go try them at the open mic tonight. Try those out. The next day, the 26th of Sunday, back at the Old Stove Gardens for the Funny Bone Kids Comedy Show. This is an all-ages show. It's a lot of characters. I will be doing my character, Tony Baloney, your Taekwondo homie, which I'll play a clip right here for you. Actually, no, I won't do a clip right now. So I will do a clip right now. So you can see it, get a taste, and see, yeah, let's bring the fam bam out to the Funny Bone on April 26th, 3:30 p.m.
Now to do this, I'm going to need complete and utter silence. Excuse me, sir. Hey, you two. Sorry, it was a mac and burrito. It was a thick burrito. Full of beans, okay. Oh! I did it! I think I broke my hand, but I did it. Master Brian would be so proud of me. Are you?
At the Old Stove. Is that at the Old Stove Garden? Let's actually double check that real quick. I might have the locations on that mixed up. Oh, the book show on the 25th is actually at Ship Canal, and the kids show is at the Gardens. So I mixed that up, but I'm sure if you really wanted to go, you would figure that out. But I'll see you there. This has been so fun. We did it, guys. The magic is in the air. We're going to get that poster. We're going to get that space suit. And eventually, we're going to get that piece of space trash. Am I right, folks? I love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Together, we will clean up our orbital junkyard.